Works best when we're just plain divorced.
I don't want to spend 2 years without speaking to you.
No, we shouldn't, Stan. We share children. We share grandchildren. And I like slamming the door in your face.
This is great. We should celebrate. Let's pop open a soda and make a toast.
Dorothy's boy.
I know, but I never really meant it.
So, another tenants meeting I wasn't told about. What's the topic this time? How to lose the old lady?
No, Ma, we're past the old business. We're into new business.
Went to a bar up the street, and while I was there, it dawned on me. If we use Mitchelson, we're going to look like the rich slumlords we're not.
Well, then, who are we using?
Well, as luck would have it, I met somebody at the bar who doesn't have that much experience, but I was very impressed.
Boy, Stan, it's jumping.
He knows Frank. Sinatra? No, Frank Tortoni, the dry cleaner. Tina's third cousin once removed.
Tina Tortoni.
Tina Sinatra!
$10 tickets? What are we going to do with 10 whole tickets?
That there's a part of me that nobody's ever seen.
I find that hard to believe.
If a 5,000-year-old Indian shows up, tell him I want to know more about his people.
Hi, Sophia. Remember me? Stan's brother, Ted. I danced with you at their wedding.
Where were you when they got divorced? I was looking for someone to dance with then.
Ted, what a surprise!
It's great to see you again.
What about me, babe?
Go hug a landmine.
Some time together, she'd be a positive influence.
Wait, are you suggesting that Michael and Bridget go out together?
That is exactly what I am suggesting.
Oh, I don't think so, Blanche. No, I learned a long time ago to stay out of my children's social lives.
Yeah, I'm afraid I agree with Rose.
It's like that old Scandinavian saying. You can lead a herring to water, but you have to walk really fast or you'll die. Oh, she's been so depressed since she got back from that funeral.
I mean, she lost one of her oldest friends, and even though she made up with Mac, she knows that she'll probably never see him again.
Well, you go and get her. We will try to cheer her up. You don't want that poor little thing getting sick over this.
No.
Mom! Oh, my God!
Dorothy, what is it?
What, honey?
Good, aren't they?
Oh, I don't need them.
Then why do you want them?
To play army. And sometimes I like to line them up around my bed and pretend I'm Gulliver. You know, Blanche, you put yourself through this hell every year. Are you sure it's worth it?
Of course it's worth it. On my anniversary...
He scared me to death.
Oh, me too.
He scared me, too. But you want to know something? It could be worse. I mean, we could each be alone. At least we're together. We have each other.
We're clear.
Thanks.
So, Dorothy, how does it feel to have a big fat zero?
We'll catch up.
I wasn't talking about your score. I was talking about your partner.
So we're too dumb, huh? We're gonna whip your heinies.
The game's not over yet, Nye. So you would take you out on holidays?
That wasn't my dream.
Oh, yeah, right. That was my life.
Ma, please, for the 100th time, Shady Pines was a beautiful retirement village.
Sure, sure. And Attica's known for its top-notch tennis facilities.
Trapped in a seething cauldron of forbidden passion for his gorgeous sister-in-law. There were nights when he actually bayed at the moon. But he finally realized that I was totally committed to George, so
I think there's a connection between your brain and wallpaper paste.
I don't know why people even have dogs at all. I don't like anything in my house that doesn't know how to use the toilet. See ya. Children, then me. And that kind of marriage just can't work. At least it can't for me.
Blanche, I can be there for all of you. I can do it. I've been able to do just about anything I set my mind to. I know I can do this too.
Richard, nobody can do it all. Now,
Dorothy, what do you mean?
Ma's 82 years old. Edith was only 6 years older. You can guess what I'm thinking.
You're thinking your time with Sophia may be running short.
Wow, Blanche, that's amazing. Now guess what I'm thinking. Sick.
I think so, too. I really do. But nobody believes me.
Doctors don't know everything, Dorothy.
You're right.
I mean, they think they do, but they don't.
You're right.
I mean, after all, Dr. Seuss was a doctor, too.
Just so embarrassed to be seen in this old thing.
Don't worry, Blanche, the dress covers most of it.
Jerry, I'd like you to meet my roommate, Blanche Devereaux.
Of course, your speech endorsing public beheadings with no trial, I think got him a little concerned.
I know, he wants to see me again. But I think it's personal.
In my day, we didn't have therapy. We were too busy looking for food.
Looking for food, you mean to take back to your cave?
I don't know, Dorothy, maybe you're right. I should try to make this relationship work. Okay, I'm gonna go get prettied up, and then I'm going down to the drugstore and get to know more about this man. You know, Bill's likes, Bill's dislikes, Bill's last name.
Just walked in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have a winner! Couple number 29!
That's me. I won!
Just a minute, it's not over yet. It looks like we have another...
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Number One Communist. Happy birthday to you.
Ma, what are you doing here? Maybe I should look up one of my old flames.
Yeah, but not Stan. The other one.
I have some incredible news.
You've been traded to the...
Merci beaucoup, mes amis.
Oh, my, that was impressive.
Jane Goodall once taught an ape to rumba. That's impressive.
Now, I would like to propose a toast to David, who in the past week has proven that he is one damn good kid.
Here, he called me 1 hour before he's supposed to pick me up in his brand new two-tone Mercedes. He's canceled our date for tonight.
Well, he probably had a good reason.
Oh, he said he had to go and visit his sick mother in the hospital. Did you ever hear such a weak excuse?
His mother isn't in the hospital.
Well, of course she is, but he can visit her anytime. He can only see me.
Missy wasn't a mule. She was a big fat lady who pulled farm calls for a living.
For God's sake! What about tractors?
Well, come on, Blanche. If she was too old to pull a plow, how could she ever pull a tractor?
Just admit it. Wasn't it worth the trip to the bad part of town?
That guy almost got my purse, Miles.
Almost doesn't count, Rose. Hey, how about those Cajun drumsticks? Oh, I can still smell those Cajun drumsticks.
I'm not surprised you put one in each pocket.
Oh, that's tomorrow's lunch, sweetheart.
Ma getting sick was probably a good thing after all, because it made me see how great Stan is.
Right. What if this isn't what Stanley wants?
Excellent point. What about that, Dorothy?
If you had been there that night, you'd know that he feels exactly the same way about me.
Then how come he hasn't called off his wedding and told you he loves you?
Because...
Mother and a friend.
No, she wasn't, Blanche. Honey, you're still a mother. And even though your kids are grown up and act like they don't need you, they do.
I'm not so sure about that, Dorothy.
You're absolutely right, Dorothy. And I'll tell you something else. A mother sometimes needs her children even more.
Oh, don't do that.
What are you doing?
Just want to be by myself for a while.
It's time to throw rice at the kids.
I don't think I can go back out there.
You're acting like a...
Blanche, hi. Did everything work out with John?
Oh, yes, we're getting together next week. I thought you two would be in bed.
We just got out. Oh, feels like we spent the whole day in bed.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You should listen to yourself sometime. What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Well, then why don't you come to the meeting? Maybe you'll find something to make your life better.
Oh, all right. Rose, if it'll make you happy, I'll go.
Rose, me too.
Oh, you won't regret it.
Yesterday it was the 12th annual. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise.
Dorothy, now cut it out. What are we going to do?
We'll figure out some arrangements. We always make do. Besides, everything will work out fine as long as I do not have to sleep with Rose.
Me? Why don't you want to sleep with me? They're $150 a month.
Little problem. Rose, how could you get our hopes up like that? I mean, who has an extra $150 a month?
I do.
What?
I do. We'll use that bonus check I got at work.
Blanche,
Don't try and talk me out of it.
You couldn't possibly have gone through everything.
Well, Kirsten, times have changed. Money just doesn't go as far as it used to.
We just came to help.
No, actually, you were gone so long we were afraid you two were making another log.
In 15 years, you managed to piddle.
Dad.
Blanche, your friend Harry wants an answer tonight. What are you going to tell him?
I haven't decided. I guess I'll know when I hear it come out of my mouth.
You'll know when you hear it come out of your mouth. This isn't a belch, Blanche. This is marriage. Will you look at this? She has more colors than Benjamin Moore Payne. Go. I'm tired of arguing with you.
Sophia! Is that a Captain Jack Seafood Shanty uniform you're wearing?
No, Rose. I'm off to discover the Straits of Magellan. Yo ho!
Honey, I don't think there's enough sugar left in the bowl.
Angela, that was the best meal I've ever had in my life.
Well, how good could it have been? You left half of it.
I ate every bite.
Well, there's some sauce left. If you really liked it, you take a hunk of that bread and slop it all up. You can afford it.
Oh, no, I can't. She's right. Now, you just take it easy, Rose. I think this scare really touched all of us. I found myself bargaining with God. I promised him that if you were all right, there'd be a lot less sex and a lot more church.
I'm sorry. I thought you were making...
Ma, it's getting late. Do you have to stay and visit with every one of them?
Excuse me for trying to get more involved in their lives.
Well, that's fine, Ma, but did we really have to worm Mrs. Jenkins' dog?
I always just leave this one outside the door.
Really?
It's been that way since I took over.
I wandered around and finally found.
Speaking of found, look what I found. Butterscotch.
Doesn't get much better than this.
How'd it?
I can't forget. This man stole money from us. Because of him, our family went hungry.
Ma, we never went hungry.
Some nights I felt like dessert.
Listen, why don't we just leave this mess and go out and get something to eat?
Yeah, I'll ask Ma if she'd like to come. It'll do her good to get out of the house.
I'm just no good at this.
Yeah, that's beginning to shine through.
It was so much easier when I was married. I'd buy something expensive. George would yell at me. I'd put on a see-through nightie, and that'd be the end of it. Why can't the government work that way?
According to the newspapers, a lot of times it does. But I still wanted it to be just mine, you know, and I was afraid that you might take that part away, and I was feeling jealous and lonely and God knows what else.
Magenta.
Excuse me?
Magenta. That's what I call it.
Evening, sir. Evening, fellow Waxahachie.
Evening, Sheriff.
Evening, Biff. What you doing here?
The usual, just drifting.
I just cannot believe you would stab me in the back. Me? You're the bad.
Excuse me. Did you happen to see a little old lady go by?
You mean the one who said, "What are you staring at? I can buy you and sell you"? Went that
way. Ma?
The town started digging like crazy, kneeling by the grave, using their hands even, dirt flying and Beatrice screaming. And when they opened that coffin, there he was, dead as a doornail.
Sonny, sweetheart, my little cannoli.
Sophia, honey, my Mama Celeste.
Of course, you remember me, Lyle Wagoner?
No, I don't think I do.
Sophia, you must remember Lyle.
Sonny, Lyle, what are you doing here?
Where Flipper comes to the rescue. It was only after that I picked up Rose's pamphlets and read about these magnificent creatures.
That's beautiful. Water lily?
All right, you dolphin people, get away from the gate.
Watch it! What are you... Why can't you people see the light? Let me get us some refreshments before we start.
Please make yourself comfortable. Sorry it's so hot. And here we are in the middle of a heat wave with no air conditioning.
Not necessarily. If Rose wins the award, you'll be flown all expenses paid to St. Olaf to attend the ceremony.
Oh, well, this year I was planning to watch it on TV. All right, Ma, give me your mirror.
What for?
Every morning I hold it under Ma's nose. If it fogs up, I start the coffee. No breath. Oh, my God, he's dead.
Said, where's my tuna quiche? I get 5 ounces of solid food a day and I want my tuna quiche.
You mean that little pie?
Little pie? Little pie?
I wanted a snack.
A snack?
I thought it was a little fishy.
Oh, you ate my sensible meal! You ate my...
But I'm sure if you just give me a chance, we'll become fast friends.
Dorothy, I really wish you'd respect my feelings about this.
I really wish you had voted for me in the Little Miss Brooklyn pageant.
Hey, I calls them as I sees them.
Now, ladies, please.
Really nice.
He is. We've had a wonderful time together these past few weeks. You know, girls, I really like him. And I think he likes me.
Just don't ruin it and sleep with him.
Of course not, Ma. I only do that with men I plan to scar psychologically. Don't be crazy. Blanche, I only said that hypothetically. You know, that if we had to, we could probably do it.
Yeah, but I didn't get to do all those special things with my kids like you all did. See, I had a nanny doing all that for me. Do you know what it's like to see your child wake up on Christmas and go run into his nanny?
Children do that sort of thing, Blanche.
All right, how about when they're living with these 2 pigs? At first, moving in with them seemed like a good way to save money, but it's just getting out of hand. If one isn't keeping me awake all night with her squealing, the other one is belching in my face.
Rose, this stinks.
What is the truth?
Honey, sometimes you have to stretch the truth.
Well, of course you do. Now, let's see. Graduated top of your class. Intensive postgraduate study. 32 years with the same employer.
Wasn't he an impressive sight?
Oh, yes, Rose. But then again, who isn't when he's caught relieving himself and eating dinner at the same time?
Well, I think baby looks a whole lot better today.
A pig isn't supposed to be green.
Prize for miracles.
Why do I even ask you?
I'm your mother. I'm going to tell you whether you ask me or not. By the way, the sleeves are too long.
No, I'll ask Rose to shorten them.
If you can find her. Ever since that guy hit town, she spends most of her time out polishing his shillelagh.
Ma, Rose and Butts. Magda, there are 2 books that I want you to read. The first one is Thomas Paine's Common Sense. I think it'll give you some idea of what freedom is all about. And the second is Vanna White's autobiography.
Why should I...
Well, it's unspeakable. That's what it is. Absolutely
Oh,
unspeakable.
Blanche, are you pretending you just found your first gray hair again?
Dorothy, just because you have to walk around looking like an English lawyer doesn't mean everybody has to. For your information, I'm upset because I had
Out in the hall talking to two closed doors.
Don't feel bad, Dorothy. Sometimes when I'm upset, I talk to the little pigs on my shower curtain.
Rose, I was trying to talk to my mother and Aunt Angela, but they wouldn't talk to me. They wouldn't talk to each other, and I have no idea what this is all about.
Oh, I do. There's only one thing that can turn blood relative.
Well, I guess when you're 17, 23 can seem rather dangerous and forbidden.
When you're 17, a cow can seem dangerous and forbidden.
Well, I'm off. I'll be checking in for messages. Take care of the house for me.
Where are you going to go, Blanche?
I'll be staying with my friend Janet. She said I could spend the night there anytime. Or was it her husband Ed who said that?
Surgery? You mean heart bypass?
Yeah, the doctor says the problem's been brewing for years. I don't understand it. I always exercise, eat healthy.
Oh, please. Your idea of healthy eating is taking the skin off a knockwurst.
Whatever. He says I don't have a choice anymore. Oh, Dorothy.
Oh, come on.
Best, Raymond. You're in her mouth more than her dentist.
Ma, how did you get back from the drugstore so soon?
I faked a heart attack to get through the line faster. What's up?
Well, we were just going out to dinner.
Great, I'm stuffed. Where are we going?
Well, Sophia, to tell you the truth, we thought...
Oh, dear God.
Son.
I'm glad one of us finally brought that up. Dorothy, I don't blame you for having your doubts.
I have more than doubts. I look at the two of you, I see so many differences. He is 23, you are 44. He's white, you're black. He is 23, you are 44.
Yep. And at Christmas, I've been known to put away more than one eggnog. What's the matter?
I think I better keep looking.
Oh, I'll stop eating raw cookie dough.
No, honey, that's not it. It's just the two of us have nothing in common. We're just two different kinds of people. It wouldn't work out, believe me.
Rose is helping me make out an ironclad will.
Wait, you're using Rose as a lawyer?
I know what I'm doing. Every Thursday, I watch La Law.
I guess I wasn't thinking.
That's your problem, Michael. You go through life not thinking. You go from town to town, job to job, obviously, relationship to relationship. Michael, you're 29 years old. When are you going to grow up and accept some responsibility?
Look, I'm sorry about what happened. And I'm sorry...
Look, what are we sitting around here all depressed about? Just because it's Valentine's Day and our dates dumped us?
It's very nice to meet you, too.
Dorothy's done nothing but talk about you for weeks.
Rose.
Every time she mentions your name, she practically glows.
Rose.
And I think she's really very smitten with you.
Rose.
He's a priest, isn't he?
Stay longer.
Oh, Mama, I can't stay because we're telling each other everything, right?
Everything. No more secrets.
Oh, good. Mama, I'm getting impregnated on Monday.
I bought a nectarine.
Piece of tape. Name another one.
Honey, take a cold shower.
Oh, Dorothy, would you please open this jar of macadamia nuts for me?
You can't get it open?
This Rose Bob Hope thing reminds me of a similar situation back in my village. Florence Pontevecchio used to fantasize that Alberto Bolognese was her brother.
Who was Alberto Bolognese?
He was the bootmaker in the village.
So what's so special about that?
Did I say it was special? I said it was similar.
Physical. Eddie is the greatest lover I have ever had.
Come on, Dorothy. If we're gonna do this, you have to tell me the truth.
No, I am telling you the truth. Honey, there is more to Eddie than meets the...
Don't you feel a little sentimental?
No.
Come on, what do you say we take a drive out there and take one last look at it?
Oh, 2 hours in a car with my ex-husband looking at a piece of swampland that I don't even own anymore. Oh, Stan, you really know how to show a girl a good time.
Everywhere. You go on in 2 minutes, only one of your acts has shown up, and you got 8 hours to fill. What are you going to do?
Well, let me tell you something, mister. It doesn't matter how many of our acts have shown up. It doesn't matter how many hours of airtime we have to fill. There is only one thing that matters here. The indomitable devotion that Rose and I have in our hearts for that windmill. Only usually I'm one of the ships.
Well, Rose, it's all out in the open now.
I can see that. Holly, I'd like to speak with you in the kitchen, please.
Flip, you were saying?
Never mind.
You think the rain is ever going to let up?
You know something? I honestly don't care. Who needs outside distractions? What we have here is more important.
What we have here is getting on my nerves.
No, where are you going?
Someplace where there are no...
Put her away.
She sure did. But sometimes it takes something like this to bring you back together again. But you've got to be strong for her. She needs you.
I think she needs you too.
They're doused in sorrow. Because even though they seem far away, they could come true tomorrow. I wrote that, Blanche.
You know it isn't half bad. Well, it's better than a lot of them you read on greeting cards.
Oh, I have hundreds of them.
You know what I'm thinking, Rose?
That with your draw...
The light, I'm coming to you, Sally!
Ma, enough with the white light. You are making me crazy.
Well, I'm off to Atlanta.
You're going where?
To Grammy's plantation. I have to see it one more time.
Sweetheart, wouldn't it be better to just let go?
But I can't. It was hard enough.
Contract instead of an ID bracelet. Of course I mean Rocco.
I think he's kind of cute.
He is not cute. He is a bad influence. Ever since Ma started seeing him, she's on the phone all day. She stays up all night. Yesterday, she came home with NyQuil on her breath and his surgical stockings in her pocket.
Like to have fun, and we sure had a good time last year, didn't we, partner?
It was okay.
You know, maybe I should get a partner and enter that tournament. You know, I used to be a pretty decent bowler.
Decent bowler? You were a fabulous bowler, 180 average. 180?
Come on. Listen, we have a flight. You'll always be my sisters. Always.
Even worse than that. They are tearing down the place where I spent my happiest moments as a child.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blanche. They're tearing down Boys Town.
Dorothy, they are tearing down it now. My mind is made up.
Blanche, are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. Lillian ought to be covered for at least 2 years with that money in my bosom account.
Blanche, I'm proud of you, but why the sudden change of heart?
Oh, well, I guess this cosmetic surgery business...
Gonna have a baby.
And if it's a boy, she can name it after its father, Rick, Joe, Bob, Don, Dave.
I don't get it. We've done everything to get them in the mood. Music, soft lighting. What else can
Station says I can bring a friend to the barbecue. Come on, Rose, they're firemen. After a couple of drinks, they start to do CPR.
Oh, I envy you, Blanche. You really have it together. Not me. I have too many hang-ups.
Good night.
Good night. What's the most romantic thing a man ever did for you, Dorothy?
Oh, well, the most romantic thing was when Stan proposed. Oh, he took me to a very experience on this earth than most chickens do in a lifetime. Give me a break. I'm making this up as I go along. Above all else, that chicken was a great entertainer. And a great entertainer deserves to be remembered in a special way.
Yeah.
You must be Dorothy.
And you must be Mrs. Rogers. I didn't catch your name.
I'm Rose Nyland, your new roomie. Blanche has told me all about you. Sorry your husband dumped you. You can borrow my bubble bath anytime.
That's what she wants.
Dorothy, the man came at her with a hose.
Oh, come on, Ma, you haven't known him that long. Take your time. After a few months, better yet, a few years, then you can start thinking about a more physical relationship.
Look who's giving away years here.
Did you tell us what was going on?
Because you can't help me find a job. Because nobody or nothing can make me young again.
Oh, right, Rose. So your life isn't the same as it used to be. The rules have changed, but it's happened before, hasn't it? I mean, what did you do after Charlie died?
Look, here's where you can reach me. Call me if you can work things out. I'll be there until showtime.
Fine. Oh, one more thing.
What's that?
Could you leave by the back door? Oh, Barry Glick, Mom. Look. Barry Glick. Oh, boy, did I have the hots for him. He says he wants to get together next week.
You gonna see him?
See him? If he's within 50 pounds of where he used to be, I'm gonna marry him. Oh, Barry Glick. Wow, he sure is handsome.
Oh.
Yeah, what did he have to say?
Oh, that he's in town on business and that he's single again and that he'd love to be my date for the museum ball Saturday night.
The museum ball? Didn't Roger Clark postpone his kidney transplant so he could be your date?
I'm kidding. Oh, I love you. You're my family. Listen, we're sticking together no matter what happens.
I don't know. It might be hard to find a place as perfect as this was for the four of us.
Oh, hell, if we did it once, we can do it again. All we need's a little luck. It was luck that brought us together the first time. I just feel so horrible. Why do men do this? Why do they deceive us?
Picture it. Germany, 1922.
Germany? Were you on vacation, Sophia?
Spy. That was a summer job. Anyway, while in Heidelberg, XQ-37, that's...
Do what I do.
And you were afraid that you couldn't find the right words to apologize.
There are no right words, Dorothy. Words cannot begin to ease the pain I've inflicted on you. But I want to do something to make it up to you. Oh,
Sophia. What does it mean, a little less bourbon?
It's a big decision, Sophia. She's got to think about it.
She's family. If you can't count on family, who the hell can you count on?
she's Italian. Oh, my God, what's happened? Is he all right?
He'll be okay. I just hate seeing him like this.
Oh, are you a relative?
I'm his wife.
His wife? He told...
Heidi-ho. Stanley, forgive me, but I don't think I'm willing to trust my future to this girl, knowing her only qualification is that you were able to pick her up in a bar.
I did not pick her up.
Struck out?
Boy, do you know me or what? Look, this...
Once Charlie and I actually did it till the cows came home. Of course, I was wearing a bell.
Of course, hence the nickname Ding Dong.
Hey, you're probably right.
I'm sorry. I'm just so worried about Dorothy. I keep remembering how bad it was the last time she let this gambling thing take over her life. There was nothing I could do. That's when she hit bottom.
What happened?
Because of her gambling debts, she had to borrow money from loan.
Yes. Well, I'd been dating seniors since I was 12. I had my reputation to consider.
Shut up, Mom.
After George and I were married, I began to realize that Jamie had this yen for me. Poor boy.
You are. That's a joke. You see, Blanche didn't mention that you were twins.
Oh, well, I never met Bob until tonight.
Blanche, I told you we were exactly alike.
Dorothy, you're going to be thanking me for years to come.
Well, I wanted to ask you.
For God's sakes, he wants to ask you to go out with him. You got your listening equipment, I got mine. Good night.
I'm not buying that. Dorothy uses Chanel No. 5 all the time, and she never attracts men.
What about this painted rock that you put under my bed?
Oh, thank God you found it. This is very special to me.
Oh, well, I can't worry about that now.
Well, sure you can, honey. I'll help you. Food, clothing, shelter.
Oh, come on, it's not that serious.
Yes, it could be. Rose, you and I are in the same boat. If we miss a couple of paychecks, we are in big trouble.
Thank God I had the foresight to marry money.
Tramp.
I get nervous at weddings. Weddings and funerals. I've been to so many of both that I get mixed up. Same guest list, same flowers. Handful of rice, handful of dirt. The only difference is after the funeral, it's okay to date.
I feel so terrific. It's like life is a giant weenie roast, and I'm the biggest weenie.
No argument from this corner.
Rose, you're even more relentlessly cheerful than usual.
Thank you.
Yeah, his name is Kid Pepe. That's right. Yeah, he's supposed to have a fight next week. Yeah, thank you. I will.
Okay, kid. There are 3 things you have to remember in the ring.
That's what she wants.
Dorothy, the man came at her with a hose.
Oh, come on, Ma, you haven't known him that long. Take your time. After a few months, better yet, a few years, then you can start thinking about a more physical relationship.
Look who's giving away years here.
You should know that when I got back to my place, I did some thinking, and actually I did some shaking, and then I did some thinking, and I realized I was alone again. And after meeting you, I don't want to be alone anymore. I mean, you're my friend, and if there's nice people like you out here, well, maybe the world's not such a bad place.
Thank you.
And I know this isn't going to be easy, but...
Does that for a lot of people, Rose.
I know you don't understand, and I know you don't approve, but I'm doing what I have to do, and I feel good about it. Well, thanks for everything. It's been great.
Rose, I'll see that all your...
Aren't you nice? Do you like jazz?
No, ma'am.
always felt there was something about a man with a tray. Is it warm in here?
But how can I say no to the man I love? I can't even say no to the men I like. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Blanche, honey, calm down. Let's talk it out. You'll feel better.
Oh, there's nothing to talk about. I already know what both of you are gonna say. Dorothy will say,
I couldn't buy your car. Oh, it's not my type. I want a car that says practical. Your car says available.
well, just take off my personalized plates. Rose, I tell you what. Take the car for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, just try it out.
For each other, like get their heads frozen.
Okay, we'll be good friends and have our heads frozen too. What?
I was just thinking about what Dorothy said about getting out more.
It's bad news.
Oh, that's eerie. I had the same feeling.
My Aunt Gretchen in Fort Lauderdale died.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Were you close to your Aunt Gretchen?
No, I couldn't stand her. Dorothy, this is unbelievable. Look at this.
Heart surgeon turns out to be produce manager at A&P.
Further over.
Miami retailers to sponsor songwriting contest?
The Miami retailers are awarding $10,000 to the person who...
Against dead people. I've never seen one. I never intend to.
Didn't you see your husband when he was dead?
Oh, no, I cannot look at dead people. That's why I don't even watch the news. Every now and then they sneak a corpse in on you. You could be watching a perfectly lovely little story about Central America. All of a sudden, bam, a dead body.
This is ridiculous. I mean, here we...
I still can't say I understand what you're doing, but I do intend to try to respect your decision to do it. I want you to be happy.
I am happy, Blanche.
I know.
So are you telling me you are ready to have a brand new brother-in-law?
Marriage, family, and tradition. Not to mention wedding showers, catered affairs, the bridal registry at Burdine's.
No, I know what you mean, Blanche, but there's another side to this. If I had lived with Stan before we got married, I could have spared us both some very painful time.
So, what does that mean?
Well, come on. If that test turns out to be positive, you're not going to want to be around me. You or Miles or anybody.
No, that is not true. And I'm sure Miles will feel the same way.
How am I going to tell him?
You don't have to tell him anything now. You're just going for a test.
It's not just...
What? He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. I cannot believe a man like that would be interested in Rose.
Well, I guess he's not perfect after all.
That's right, Dorothy. Thank you. I feel so much better.
You're living with Robin Givens. You are not going to go because you are not guilty.
I understand you can have anything for your last meal. Just ice cream if you want.
I think I'm going to be sick.
You're not helping, Rose. It's almost as though you believe Blanche is guilty.
Well, she lied about my earrings.
Department store in Fort Lauderdale, and a condominium in Orlando, a baseball team in Tampa, and I think one of the Landers sisters.
But what were you going to tell him? What if he hadn't backed out?
Oh, what difference does that make now? The important thing is we're staying together.
You were going to sell, weren't you?
Damn straight.
Does not want us to say a word about this to anyone until we hear from him again. Not a word. Is that understood?
Yes. I thought I heard voices in here. What you girls doing?
Oh, nothing. We're just sitting talking.
I really don't think I need to go up there. I could see it was a goner when I drove up.
Oh, Sid, well, can't you patch it up or something?
Well, yeah, I could patch it up for you, but that won't stop more leaks when it rains again.
What are you trying to say, Sid?
You couldn't follow that?
She has trouble following Murder, She Wrote. Oh, what are we gonna do?
I guess we'll have to cancel.
Oh, no, we can't cancel. Oh, Frank, first grade is when kids take an interest in reading. Why can't we recast it with adults?
Where are we going to find an adult with the childlike naivete to play Henny Penny?
Ball game on the hottest day of the year.
I know it. I'm all hot and sweaty. I'm short of breath, and I'm physically exhausted. You'd think I had a good time.
You didn't have fun?
Only thing I really enjoyed was stealing second base.
When have you not enjoyed sliding under a man in uniform?
For 17 straight days in a rocking chair marathon. Of course, she couldn't have done it without the moral support of her children and her husband and his cattle prod.
Okay, that's it. Drink this. It's a secret potion from the old country, guaranteed to put you to sleep.
Looks like milk. And I don't trust. I can't put my finger on it.
I can. He's a lech.
No, that isn't it.
Oh, yes, it is, Rose. He made a pass at me.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, that's terrible. Dorothy, you'll be heartbroken.
It'll help, Rose. Of course we'll do it.
Oh, thank you. You are the best friends I've ever had. Now, before I lose the nerve, I better make the plane reservations.
Did she say plane reservations? I thought her aunt lived in Fort Lauderdale.
She did, Big Mouth, but she's being buried in the Bahamas where she spent her winters. Damn.
Stu, don't tell me you've never heard of Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific's Clubhouse? Every weekday afternoon, 1 full hour on Saturdays?
You don't mean that clown with the kiddie show?
No, he's not a clown. He's a superhero. You're thinking of Bozo.
I'm talking to Bo.
I took several art courses in college, and I've also substituted in art appreciation classes in the public school system. Huh?
Mr. Allen, Dorothy was telling you about her background.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted. It's not every day a man comes home with...
Is that kick me hard sign a fashion statement?
Another one? No, this isn't what you think.
Fidel Santiago!
My papers are in order. Oh, hello, Blanche.
What in hell is going on here?
Blanche,
How can you be so deceitful? What is it? Is she younger, more attractive, more desirable?
You got 2 out of 3, Blanche.
From the personals.
You're not serious.
Sure I am. Before I had a chance to write and suggest we meet, I got a letter from him saying he was being transferred to Saskatchewan. He's going to be the smudge pot supervisor of the first domed orange grove in Canada. There's only one way to handle this.
Rose! Rose, no! Rose! Rose, don't go out! Rose, come back here!
Don't worry, Dorothy. I was trained in psychology back in St. Olaf.
That doesn't count, Rose. In St. Olaf, they think that Freud is a way to cook chicken.
Productive if we conducted things in a more orderly fashion.
But you see what we have to put up with. She's an airhead.
Oh, yeah, well, you're a barbell.
That's a dumbbell, you twit.
Ladies, please calm down. Now, who can give us an example that will illustrate exactly what you're trying to say about Rose?
If you mean that... You're a landlord now. Maybe there's a vacancy in your new building.
Don't call it my building. I don't even know if I'm going to hang on to it yet.
I understand. Sophia, any mail I get, to just address it, Guy in the Gutter, Post Office Box, anywhere.
All right, fine, right, Ma?
That was a hollow victory. Time has taken its toll on Gladys. She's not the fierce competitor she once was.
You know, for the talent section, she was supposed to do a medley from the Fantastics. She started with Try to Remember, and she couldn't.
This neurotic woman who made me and Virginia miserable our entire lives. I gotta go pack.
Oh, you hate to give him back.
Goodbye, Danny. Goodbye, pussycat. Goodbye, little fella. Bye.
What are you carrying on? It's like talking to a salami.
But every couple is different.
You just listen. We were sitting right here. George took my hand in both of his and looked deep into my eyes, and he said, "You know, Blanche, you're a very special lady." And then he said how he just...
Jump on the Easter season. I have a new idea for a great novelty. It's a decorated Easter egg with a little window in it. And when you look into it, you see a beautiful Easter scene.
Well, that's not a new idea. Those Easter eggs have been around for years and years.
Yes, but this one leaves a black circle around your eyes.
That practically screamed.
Susan, please. This is not the time or the place.
It's me, isn't it? I've driven you away. What if I dyed my hair? I'd even dye it that color. If they still make that color.
Susan, it's over, and you have to accept that. And a word of warning, I haven't graded your...
Don't prolong this. I know what car you drive.
The parade's over! Let's hear it for all the birthday boys and girls! But the fun's just about to begin, because now it's time...
Hello? Oh, yes. Yeah, hello. No, I'm sorry, I can't discuss that right now. Yes, I enjoyed it a great deal myself. Really? Yes.
How am I going to do that, Blanche? How am I going to get through the next 3 days?
What do you mean you're canceling? Is there anything I can say to change?
Oh, pussycat, you better get some sleep. The big fight's tomorrow.
Words that have echoed from mother to daughter since time began.
Okay, so I don't turn a phrase like Harriet Nelson. You still better get some sleep.
I can't, Ma. I'm too nervous.
About the money?
No, Ma. I'm...
What a pigeon.
Oh, my God. If they want to make spies talk, they should
Please, it's time to present the Friends of Good Health's Best Friend of the Year Award. But before we go any further, I have an announcement to make. Don Johnson, star of Miami Vice, who was originally scheduled to be here, will be unable to attend.
Invited me yesterday after the movies.
He invited me yesterday after dinner.
This was bound to happen. The two of you have been running that man ragged for weeks. It's no wonder he got confused. Hello?
Confused? How could he possibly confuse this young, nubile body with that raisin in
Sicilian? If you don't want to acknowledge it, that's your business.
Fine, Ma.
But I may need a ride later. I want to go to confession. They go easier on you if it's still just an impure thought.
Well, you got in pretty late last night.
I know.
So, tell her. And you spelled where?
Well, maybe I used to be old-fashioned, but times have changed. So when I was at the pharmacy, I bought you some condoms. Your boyfriends are supposed to put them, you know, W-H-E-R-E.
What was the last thing that you remember before that fire?
Meatloaf. 9 days in a row.
There are only witnesses dead. That ought to work in our favor.
Dorothy, that hot plate was mine. I made s'mores all the time. I hate... It's weird. I wanted those 3 days over, and now that they are, I kind of feel I'd like some of it back. I mean, any second, that door is going to open, and that doctor is going to tell me my future. Your future? But just a boy I knew from my village in Sicily that I was engaged to once.
What?
Well, what do you know? Sophia has a past. That's right, but unlike yours, I didn't need penicillin to get through it.
Ma, you never told.
And this is my friend Blanche.
Hello, you all. I have had such a great time here that I would like to express my appreciation to Premier Gorbachev on this special day. Happy birthday. No, he was sent up the river on a morals charge.
Are you okay, Sophia? You're awfully quiet.
What? Oh, it's just that talking about Lillian makes me think about the future.
Oh, Ma, honey.
So, wait a minute. You mean those guys were all in on it?
I was in on it, too.
Oh, come on, you were not.
Oh, all right, I was not. Damn it, I just hate to be the brunt of jokes.
Funny you don't mind being the brunt of limericks.
Blanche's party. When it's done, I'd like you to take a look at it.
Oh, I'd be happy to, Mr. Allen.
Be happy to, Mr. Allen. My, Dorothy, aren't we licking boots a little early this morning?
I had a light breakfast. Here's your mail.
Why don't you just tell me what's in? Would never do anything so repulsive.
So what happened?
Oh, Bobby Joe Porter explained to me that the cigarette part was optional.
Remember that one time you walked in on me, Dorothy?
Oh, yeah. I still remember what you said. Mommy's sick, get help.
St. Patrick, my backup pair can take a lot more punishment.
Well, you made a complete fool of yourself.
Oh, yeah, we'll just wait and see who gets the part.
Could I have everyone's attention, please? We had to make a few very difficult choices, but remember, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Dream.
Well, pardon me while I play the grand piano.
It's only been rerun 3 times.
Hello, what has gotten into you lately? Before you retired, you were the most active man I ever knew. I had to run to keep up with you. Now you're nothing but a couch potato. You should do more, Al. You've earned it. Isn't there one thing you've always dreamed of?
I miss her.
I know. Let's go home.
All right. But I'll be missing movie night. But so what? After the 10th time, it isn't the greatest story ever told.
But he's a prime suspect in a major crime spree.
Where?
Palm Springs, California.
It's good to be mayor.
Let's go.
Altering experience, Simon. I need time to think, to gather my priorities and put them all in perspective.
Whatever you need. I'll call you tomorrow.
Sure. You're not upset, are you?
No. Boy, what a beautiful...
You better keep an eye on her.
Oh, you're right. You better stick to her like a tight shirt on a sweaty farmhand. You know the type with the big biceps and the hairy chest just glistening in the hot sun? I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
Well, we're about to find out. Here come the candidate and his campaign manager now.
Good afternoon. I'm here to respond to the media's speculation that I am having an affair with an unidentified woman. I have been the subject of many scurrilous...
No, I mean in the center. See, there's just a slight flaw in my iris.
Oh, yes.
Blanche. Patrick.
Dorothy, what are you doing here?
I live here.
You mean you and Blanche are roommates?
That's right. Now, what is going on?
Why, Patrick was just kind enough to drop by and help me rehearse my part in the play.
Rehearse?
Once. And what he wanted was mine. And you know, that got me to thinking. All my life, I have had a unique charm that just kind of flowed naturally. Now, if I tampered with that, why, I could risk losing forever that special magic that is Blanche Devereaux. That, frankly, was a risk I was not willing to take.
You know about a good time.
Oh, Mrs. Barton, what can I do for
I
you?
want to see the witch.
Leonard? Don't call her a witch. You'll get another boil on your butt.
Tell the world, Gladys.
Oh, it was a terrible time for me. You know, I'd gone on an eating binge when Stan left, and I'd put on quite a bit of weight. Plus, I was not a 20-year-old. You know, when you're 20, no matter what you do, everything stays where it's supposed to. Now, when you lean over, it looks like somebody's let the air out of your face.
Made with milk, sugar, honey, a whole lot of love, and just a drop of sunshine.
Honey, why don't you leave the poor man alone?
I know if he got to know me, he'd like me.
Why? I got to know you. I don't like you.
You just say that.
Repeatedly.
Rose, you've become a...
All right out of here, aren't you?
Well, excuse me for living Anita Bryant.
Couldn't we please get married already so I can get in on the hugging?
Places!
Oh, Sophia, honey, I want to wish you all the happiness in the world.
Oh, thank you. When your brother Phil won't fight to see who gets them.
So that's what it feels like to be an heiress.
You're not cutting up the obituaries, are you? I want to make sure my canasta game is still on for tomorrow.
I'm looking for a job. They cut off Charlie.
It can be so much fun. I will never forget mine. I was the most successful person there.
What? Blanche, didn't you go to school with that brilliant doctor who won the Nobel Prize?
Oh, yes, but she let her looks go to hell.
You do sound excited, Dorothy.
Well, I am, but mostly it's about seeing Trudy again.
I just moved to Miami. I was very vulnerable, and I did something that I guess was a little dumb.
No.
I agreed to go out on a blind date.
This is my favorite restaurant. Have you ever been here before?
No, I'm just starting to...
Nice seeing you.
Not so fast. There are some things I have to say. There are a lot of things that I have to say. Words can't express what I have to say. What I went through, what you put me through. I can't do this in a restaurant.
Good.
But I will.
How much do you need?
$500.
I'll give you 1,000. You know, Dorothy, I'm glad Stanley married you. You love him, but you're tough on him, and he needs that.
Then why are you so mean to me?
Because if Stanley knew I'd...
Gin? Aren't you gonna get mad?
No. You want to play another hand?
Nah, if you don't get mad, you take the fun out of it. You're still a